All right, now to the Bieber story. we found out, you know, America's Bieber was up in his native Canada, and while he faces charges down in Miami and charges up in Toronto, but I guess he decided to go to the Super Bowl, so he chartered a jet, and we get the word from TMZ that his father's there, some of his buddies are there, and they're flying from Toronto to New Jersey, to Teterboro Airport, where they're going to land this private jet, and apparently that happened. And then now we get word from the New York Post. Look at this. It's here. Post. Nope. Here we go. The New York Post. This is the cover of page 6 right now from the New York Post at NewYorkPost.com. Justin Bieber's jet stopped for pot. Now, when I first read that, I'm thinking maybe Bieber landed somewhere in I don't know, New Hampshire to pick up some weed. But that is apparently not what this headline at the New York Post means. What this means is they landed at Teterboro, and when they opened the doors, it was some sort of Cheech and Chong kind of thing, apparently. Because either they have lots of weed in there and you could smell the green weed, or they were smoking pot on the plane and you could smell that. It's one of the two, according to the reporting of the New York Post. So they've held Justin Bieber's private chartered jet right there on the tarmac at the Teterboro, and the drug dogs are going to come out there and sniff around. Now, the Post reports it's not clear whether Bieber's on board, but TMZ earlier reported that he chartered the jet. He was going to the Super Bowl. We got word from Toronto that he was on it and that he left. So unless they dropped him off in, again, New Hampshire, probably Nashua or something, this is but the latest legal problem for him at least. Now a fellow Canadian is coming to his defense, none other than Toronto's own crack-smoking mayor, Rob Ford. Birds of a feather. By the way, he's a councilman. Here's a councilman tickling the mayor at City Hall yesterday. Yeah, you know, it's probably that belly. I don't know. He's a jolly old elf, isn't he? He denies that he tickled the mayor and claims it was just some sort of football move. Football move. Flag. The mayor is a regular guest on a DC sports radio show. The host yesterday called Justin Bieber Canada's worst export and asked whether Mayor Ford if he could lock the pop star in his basement. The mayor, who knows a thing or two about bad behavior, said, and I quote, "Well, you know what? He's a young guy. At 19 years old, I wish I was as successful as he was. He's 19 years old, guys. Think back to when you were 19. Mayor Ford added he is not a believer. He says he's never met the singer and really prefers older music like Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones. Remember, Bieber faces an assault charge in Toronto. Cops there say he hit a limo driver in the back of the head again and again. TMZ reports Bieber was angry because the driver wasn't playing music loud enough, and who wouldn't be? Meantime, police in Miami Beach say they're investigating one of their officers after Bieber's DUI arrest last week. They now say that this officer is accused of trying to snap a picture of Bieber behind bars. And now this jet thing. Tom Shalhoub, are you ready for this?
I guess so.
Tom Shalhoub is here. He's a comedian, because who better to bring on to talk about Bieber than a stand-up comedian?
I think we're going to see that football move at the Super Bowl. Tickling. It could work.
It could. I know that News 12 New Jersey had their chopper over that part. There was a white powder scare, and those seem to happen all the time now, you know. But it was nothing to it. It was just baking soda, somebody making a fool of themselves. But that chopper should move over and hover over Justin Bieber's plane and see if you can see the smoke coming out.
My theory, Bieber is doing it on purpose. I mean, they're all small infractions. It's kind of misdemeanors. He's getting caught with pot. He's drag racing at 55 miles per hour. What kind of drag race is that?
Actually, we got the GPS coordinates from that today, again from TMZ. He was actually going 27 and a 30.
20...
He was drag racing at 27 miles an hour.
Right, he wasn't going fast.
Yeah.
But then when the police come around, he wises off to him. They said, if you take your hands off this car one more time, I'm going to arrest you. He took his hands right off the car. He's getting arrested on purpose because he's a teen idol. The shelf life for teen idols is very short, and he's developing some kind of street cred, and it's going to keep him in the news, and it's going to make him seem like a tough guy, which he never has before. That's my theory. How smart is that?
That's a good theory, and that would be a smart move maybe on his part, but instead he looks like a little punk, doesn't he?
He does, and this is where he's wrong, is that used to get you street cred, but it's old. People do, it's been done over and over again. I'm edgy now because, you know, I work clean. I am Lenny Bruce, not him.
Wait, so what would be a better strategy for him?
He should clean it up. This is what people like now. You got to do the opposite of what people think. That's how you're going to surprise people. Everyone, Miley
Cyrus.
Cyrus.
Like go kiss babies, like be a politician?
Yes, he should clean it up, and he should comb the hair back down on his forehead, and he should be cute. Because then it's going to last longer. If he tries to be edgy, it doesn't work anymore. We've seen it over and over.
He, as well, the recently tickled, crack-smoking mayor of Toronto, Rob Ford, apparently loves him, so he's got him in his camp, which is very helpful.
Rob Ford has to support him because what's he going to do? What's he going to say? Like, oh, this kid's in trouble? Then we're going to say, he's a hypocrite. He has to say, God bless, what's the phrase? There but for the grace of God. That's what Rob Ford has to say in regards to Justin Bieber.
Right, well, if it's gateway drug, Rob Ford's made it through the gate, and he's, halfway down to the other side of the world.
he's tickled over this.
Yeah, he really is tickled. I'm looking forward to the 4 o'clock news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News comes on at 4 now because there's no more Oprah. So they do the news at 4, and I'm guessing Sade Better and Wire, whoever it is who comes on at 4 o'clock, they're going to lead with Team 7 smotherage of Justin Bieber. That's what I would do. And then the Fox 5 News at 5 will come on. And all day long, we're going to have Bieber, Bieber, Bieber. I can see the plane, the smoke coming out of it.
It's just what he wants. And that's what. It's just enough to get him. He's not going to get charged with a felony. But, now everyone knows that he's a drug user. He's a bad dude or whatever. And he thinks it's going to help him. But it's over. Justin, clean it up.
It's a little over an hour flight from Toronto on a private jet. He's got Daddy in there and some friends. Couldn't they wait an hour? Couldn't he go an hour without weed?
I know it's trouble. You get restless on the plane.
Well, that's
I
true.
can't even wait with those peanuts. I want that extra pack of peanuts.
I would love to know what the catering call for was on that flight. All right, well, this story is only going to develop throughout the day, and I can guarantee you, if anything big happens, Cavuto and Bear are all over this. Brett Bear and Neil Cavuto are going to team up for Team Fox smotherage on that. Who might they bring in? Gretchen Carlson might join in. This is big.
Big.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
You too.
Thank you. Bieber updates when warranted. FBI